what's up, guys? This is Market Omega back at it again this Friday with another weekly recap. I'll be going over standout trades from this week, so without further ado, let's jump right in. All right, guys. So this week, gosh, what can I say about this week, right? So this week we've actually seen a lot of momentum. There actually has been a lot of momentum, but the problem is the momentum that we've actually seen has been more, you know, it's just been a smokescreen, basically, right? And we're seeing the momentum, but what's happening is there's just a lot of games, man, a lot of games. So you've got to be like really careful. You have to be really quick, nimble, skilled to get in, take profits, and get out. Because it's just been kind of weird for both longs and shorts this whole week. But that said, we actually did make some money in a room this week. Well, actually, just to start with the SPY, right? So let's go over the SPY right now. So, you guys know I talked about the target of 420, and that was going back months. I talked about this 420 SPY target by the end of April, right? And, we actually hit it, and I think we broke it by like 72 cents or something. All right, so now the SPY has actually broken all-time high. I think what's going to happen is we're going to get like a rip and then a big pullback. It's going to come pretty soon. Maybe at that like 460 level or something like that, it might get a big pullback around 460, get a big drop. But then, I don't know. I'm really bullish on the economy. I think we're just going to keep on going higher. That's just my opinion. I think we're just going to keep going higher. Regardless of what happens, we're just going to keep trucking higher. Let's see. As far as the stocks that ran this week, we had a lot of runners. We had a whole lot of runners. So just to start, I'm going to start with RHE because that was like the first runner we had, the first major runner we had this week. So RHE on, I believe that was the third, somewhere around here. So RHE, we had that last week, and it was like a midday runner, and then this week it was just kind of on Monday it was just ripping. So RHE, made some good money on it. Pretty much, just bought dips in there. When it ripped, just bought dips close to support levels, and we made some money. We made some money on RHE, but when it started getting to like this area, it was just kind of getting choppy, man. Like you had to be like really, really careful when you were longing. It was just like chop, chop, chop. Whenever you see chop like that, the best thing to do is just, don't try to get in at like breakouts, right? You want to buy close to support. So, stuff like this, I just wait for pullbacks close to support levels, and then I get long. But this was pretty cool, though. It was nice. And it actually formed an ABCD setup. ABCD setup somewhere around there. So that was pretty decent. So RHE was cool. It got that breakout right there for about point and a half or something. So that was that on the third. We actually had RHE. We pretty much had RHE like every other day. So RHE, ripped on the third, and then nothing happened on this day, the fourth, and then the fifth, it ripped some more. So this was the day like it just went nuts. And a lot of people got blown out. Like a lot of people that were shorting this thing in different rooms, they just got blown out, man. But Market Omega trades, we don't chase. We trade the smart way. We trade like real, actual Market Omegas. All right, we're not betas over there. And with this trade, I made a killing on this. This was pretty good. We got some nice little patterns that set up on RHE right there. Right, we got the nice little pattern right there. Nice breakout. And with this, the shorts were getting trapped because a lot of people were shorting this front side move, right? It was just they were just shorting this thing on the front side, and you know, man, if you weren't quick on the drop to cover, you just got blown out because literally you get like a small window to cover, and then it just rips right back. So RHE was awesome. Today, RHE was ripping. I made some money right here, but it kind of chopped me out right here. It was just kind of trading like a really choppy price action. I think the highs, I think there was like some resistance right there around that 23 level. Yeah, so somewhere around there was resistance. Yeah, let me put that on there. So there was some resistance over here. That's why it chopped over there, and then there was some resistance around here as well. But it was good. It was good. With RHE, I'm just still gonna watch this. This is an actual multi-day runner because when RHE was running right here, I actually called this a multi-day runner, right? And I think RHE, we're gonna have another shot at this. If this thing can maintain above $22 today, like if it can get back above 22, we might have a shot at this. Not just for late day move, but for next week as well. So RHE is going to be a multi-day runner. I talked about this a few days ago. That's going to be really good. All right. And on the 3rd, on Monday, we actually had SONN pop up. But SONN was just like a choppy play. And I think they had a lot of dilution. And you guys know I keep talking about this HCW guys. And they were just back at it again. Got the pop. Got stuffed right around that area. It got stuffed somewhere around there. And then just endless fade. No bounce. Just all the way down to the abyss. Look at this. All the way from, what was the high? From 270 all the way down to like 180. Right? Actually 170. Down a point. That's crazy. That is crazy. So these guys just wanted to liquidate a bunch of shares. So SONN, there was a guy in our room that specializes in shorting. He actually shorted it and made a lot of money. So if you guys know, his name is Sav. He's actually in our room, and he specializes in shorting these stocks. And so that was that. We actually had what was the other one? Was it PRPO? I think yeah. So PRPO was on the 4th. So PRPO was here. So PRPO made money on the move right here, the opening drive. This was nice clean trade. And then what happened was I think I tried to bounce it somewhere around here, and then I ended up getting stopped out because I made money right here. But when I saw that it was holding, like when the stock dropped, I think it was like right here was where I got trapped. Either here or here. It felt like it was holding 7 or 750. I don't know, but it kept holding. I was watching the tape. The tape looked like a bunch of buyers were stepping in to try to hold this thing up. So I got long, and I think it was right here at 7, and it popped up to like 720s. But I was holding it for a lot larger move over 750, and then hit the VWAP, got rejected, and I ended up getting stopped out. So PRPO, that was that. And I think on this day it was a midday runner as well. But I don't remember if I actually traded this. I don't remember. But this was a nice move. I mean, this thing went from like $1.73 to $7. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. The people that are shorting this thing, they just got blown out. The fact is, when a stock is running like this, if you're short, you're going to take a bunch of paper cuts. You just get it. But the thing is, how many paper cuts are you going to take before you realize that the easy play is to the long side? You know what I mean? Like how many losses are you going to take before you sit back and say, hey, well, maybe the alpha is to the long side, right? And you want to be on the winning side of the trade. So so that was that. I don't remember if I took that, but if I did, I probably made some money. So let's see, what other stocks do we have today? Well, this week. So NMRD, we had NMRD yesterday. So man, NMRD was a stock that once again was a midday runner, and then it just kind of, let me take this off. It just kind of spilled over to the next day. Now, I looked at the filings on NMRD, realized that these guys had a bunch of shares to sell. They had a shit ton of shares to sell. So my goal was just basically to get in long, just smash and grab, get in, make my money, get out. And I did that, but I got greedy. Well, I think I got long right here around that 14 level because the thing was when when it had pulled back from 1550s all the way down to like this 14, I just kept watching it, right? And I was watching the tape just to see if buyers were stepping in, and buyers started stepping in. But it popped up and I was actually holding for a lot larger. And that's the thing, like I've gotten into trouble a lot of times holding for a much bigger move, which in this type of market, this type of choppy, well, I'm not going to say choppy, well, like a market with a lot of games, right? Tricky market. In this type of tricky market, it's not really wise to hold for bigger moves. We're not seeing that type of setup. It's like, you get a pop, take your money, and, get out. Same thing with on the short side, right? So with me, I got long somewhere around here thinking that this thing was going to pop to like that 460 level. And it only popped to 1420. And it just got rejected. This was heavy. So what happened here was, I was looking at the different support levels, just trying to add on the move down and everything. And, just blew through the support levels. And I was down 5 figs. That's by the time I stopped out. So I just added like 3 times, and then when it popped up down here, when it popped up over here, I just took my profit and got out. Well, I mean, I just took the loss and got out, right? And then it proceeded to just fade the whole day. That was just insane. Now, I I forgot about the filing because I talked about the filing in pre-market, and I just forgot about the filing, man. I was just so into the trade that I actually forgot that these guys are looking to unload a lot of shares. I just butchered the entire trade because if I had remembered my pre-market analysis and if I had remembered to look at the filings, before taking that second trade, I would have just left the stock alone. Or if anything, I would have flipped short. Really, I would have literally flipped short because these guys were just going to unload a bunch of shares. And yeah, that's what happened. From 1550 all the way down to like 820 with no major bounce. That was just insane. That was insane. So that was that. And for today, we had a few gappers. We had ORGS, LEDS, is another multi-day runner, RHE. I talked about RHE today already. LEXX. So guys, LEXX was a midday runner yesterday, right? I actually made some money on that. After losing on NMRD, I came back with a vengeance, man. I made money on LEXX. And then yesterday as well, I absolutely just destroyed LEDS. That was just, it was just beautiful. I just got in at the right places, got in for the bounce, got the money, made money here, made money here, made money. It was just awesome. It was just awesome. I think I made money here as well. So that was pretty decent. Today I didn't trade this. Got this pop and then consolidation right around here. So I didn't trade this at all. LEDS. I think if this thing had gotten above that $11 area, that would have been perfect. But keep this on watch for next week. Okay, so we might actually have a play for next week. Just keep it on watch, man. If it can actually hold above, if LEDS can actually get above 9 and hold above 9, it might be, another. We might have another setup next week. All right. So what else did I trade? I didn't place a trade today on LEXX, but I made money. I traded LEXX yesterday. So I traded LEXX. LMFA today, the stock just basically, it was a reverse split. And you got this rip on the front side, right? But I left LMFA alone. I didn't touch LMFA because it was just trading in a very slow, choppy action. Like when the stock resumed, it kind of looked like it wasn't even trading. It was just like there, and like every pop was just low volume pops, and you don't want to see that. Okay, when I trade these stocks, I like to see high volume, so I can take advantage of the move. When I see low volume, that's not my forte. So I just leave that alone. So no trades on that. IHT, I did make some money on IHT when I traded it. So I made money on IHT on the front side, but I think I got long somewhere around here, and then I got brutally stopped out on this candle. This is like a death drop. So micro shelf right here, and then boom, death drop. So I think I got long somewhere around that 570 area. It actually popped to six. Once again, I was holding for the larger move, waiting for a break above six, and this thing just came down and like boom, just stopped me out. You know, I didn't really because my stop was gonna be around that 530 sorry, not 530. My stop was gonna be around that 550 area, but it just came back, with a lot of force. I didn't have time to hit the button and get out. So when I actually did get out, it was I had a lot of slippage. So that on IHT. What other trades do we have today? I called out SFT in the room. A few guys are taking this SFT trade. It's pop, nice consolidation, and a rip, and then the sell off here. But you could have gotten in on the dips right there. That would have been a nice little setup for you. Let's see. ORGS, they actually had earnings. They blew out their earnings. They beat on both the top and the bottom line. And I mean, this is sort of like a disappointment because I was hoping that this thing would kind of break to this upside right here and just break above six, right? Because there's a lot of room above this 610 area. There was a whole lot of room, and it just never did that. It never did that at all. It just popped up, came back, acted like it was going to do a red to green, and just chopped up. But yeah, I didn't trade that at all. So all in all, it's been an all right week. Okay, nothing to speak of, nothing major. I made a lot of money this week, so I'm happy about that. But still, it's not really for me. It's not really just about the money. It's also about how these trades are, right? Like how did these stocks trade, and if they traded well, is there an opportunity for those same stocks to trade that same way next week, right? Because if today is just a choppy day and these stocks aren't really resolving, right, it could be like a sign of things to come. Okay. But what you want to see is the stocks trade well. Like, you have clean moves, and then, the same price action spills over into next week, you know. But I don't know. Fingers crossed. Hopefully we get something really awesome by next week. Okay. And that's it for the recap. That's it for the recap. As far as crypto, Doge to the moon. Not financial advice, guys. Not financial advice. I actually got in some Doge at 31 cents. I added some Doge at 63 cents. So we'll see, man. Fingers crossed. I have my profit targets in there, so we'll see. I don't know. I don't know the future, but we'll see what happens. All right. And guys, feel free to check us out, marketomegatrades.com, guys. I can't stress it enough. We're actually growing. I mean, we've actually exceeded my expectations when I started this service about 2 months ago. This has been, oh my God, I'm speechless. And I'm really confident that we're gonna get a whole lot bigger because we have a lot of value to offer. We have so many people in the room that come with different skill sets. We actually have multi strategies. Like my partner, when he gets on the mic, he's like a totally different strategy from me. Okay. And that way you get like the best of both worlds, right? You can see somebody from a long perspective, and then you can see another trader from a shorter perspective, and then you can formulate your own thesis based off of those strategies. And then also we have webinars. We actually have another webinar coming up, a Q&A webinar sometime this month. I haven't fixed a date yet, but either middle of the month or end of the month. We're going to have a Q&A webinar, so members of the room can just come in and just feel free to ask us questions or whatever. And what else? And guys, also we actually have some partners like Scripts to Trade, Flash SEC. So you guys that love to, have these scans that give you these runners and stuff and trade momentum, Scripts to Trade has a wonderful scanner. They have wonderful scanners, and being a member of the room, you actually get a discounted rate. And same thing with Flash SEC, right? They come up with like, they have this service that gives you access to filings, and you get a discounted rate if you're a part of MarketOmegaTrades.com. Okay, guys. So feel free to sign up. Link is in the description below, and also follow me on Twitter at Market Omega. I usually post everything from stocks to cryptocurrencies, sports, and just life in general. Right. So feel free to follow me on Twitter, and last but not least, follow my YouTube channel, subscribe. When you subscribe, hit turn on post notifications so you get notified every time I upload new content. Okay, guys, have a wonderful weekend. Take care of yourself, take care of your family, and I'll catch you guys next week for another weekly recap. Take care.